Hello again. Well, the weather has been fairly quiet for many of us throughout today, and as we work our way into Sunday, we'll give or take a few showers during the morning. For most of us, a good deal of dry weather during daylight hours, although it will be quite windy at times. However, later on, we'll be seeing further spells of rain, and that will be turning quite heavy in places too. So you can see here, this system continues to push its way towards the UK. It's already brought heavy rain across northern and western parts throughout today, and strong gusty winds too. But it's later on Sunday and into Monday, outbreaks of heavy rain arriving in places. Of course, the ground is already saturated. This may lead to a few issues of flooding, so do be aware of that. Now, in the meantime, for the rest of tonight, well, it's fairly quiet out there at the moment, dry with some clear skies. But as the night continues, that cloud will be increasing. We're going to see a few splashes of light rain in places out towards more coastal parts, and those winds will strengthen too, though that means it's not going to be too cold tonight. Our temperatures there anywhere between 7 and 10 degrees. So a mixed start to the day on Sunday morning. As I say, there will be a few splashes of rain around at first, but for most of us, a good deal of dry weather during daylight hours with some bright or sunny spells, although it's certainly going to be windy. Those winds here you can see coming up from a southerly direction. That's going to give the temperatures a boost. Highs there at around 11 or 12 degrees. But it's later on Sunday afternoon and into Monday. We have got this system. It continues to work its way across us. So as I say, there will be spells of heavy rain in places, and for a time it will be rather gusty too. Bye-bye. Hello again. Well, overall, the weather has been fairly quiet for many of us throughout today, and it looks like as we move into Sunday, for most of us, it will be largely dry. Although there is going to be a lot more cloud out there compared to today, and those winds will start to strengthen too. So you can see here it's been quite mixed across the UK. For northern and western areas, there's been outbreaks of rain. That will continue over the next 24 hours or so, and you can see this squeeze and the isobars. It certainly will be very windy. Not quite as windy for us compared to the north, but still a blustery day to come on Sunday. Now, in the meantime, for the rest of tonight, well, if you are heading out, generally it's quiet out there, dry with some clear skies at first. Low overnight, a bit more cloud drifting its way towards us. We may just see the odd shower. For most of us though, it will be dry and hopefully not too cold tonight. Temperatures there staying above 6 degrees. So tomorrow morning, perhaps a bit of a grey start to the day first thing, and there may just be a little bit of patchy rain around, but as I say, for most of us it should stay largely dry during daylight hours, but those winds will be strengthening, but they are coming up from a southerly direction, so it's going to make it feel a little bit milder compared to today. We're expecting highs there 11 degrees, 11 is 52 in Fahrenheit. Now it's later on Sunday and into Monday. You can see this system continues to very slowly push its way across the UK, bringing some cloud and some outbreaks of rain. So it looks like as we go through Sunday night and into Monday, there will be spells of rain at times. It is going to be another mild day though on Monday, highs there at 10 degrees, and back to that mixture of sunshine and showers by the time we get to Tuesday. Bye-bye for now. Hello again. Well, overall, the weather has been fairly quiet across the region throughout today. And the good news is it looks like this will continue as we go through the rest of the weekend. So on Sunday, mostly dry for us with some bright or sunny spells at times, but it is going to be fairly breezy for many. So let's take a look at the bigger picture, where you can see we have got some rain continuing to feed its way into northern and western parts, some heavy downpours here, and you can see this squeeze and isobars. It certainly is going to be very windy. Not quite as windy as that for us, but still a blustery today to come on Sunday. But as I say, for most of us, staying largely dry during daylight hours. Now in the meantime, for the rest of tonight, well, if you are heading out, it's a quiet picture out there. Again, there might just be the odd very light shower, but generally it's dry, clear skies out there. A bit more cloud coming our way overnight, so that will help prevent those temperatures from falling too cold. We're expecting them to stay above 5 degrees for many, so most of us at least will be frost free. So Sunday morning gets off to a bit of a cloudy start first thing. Again, there may just be the odd light shower, but most of us staying dry during daylight hours. But as I say, it's going to be quite breezy, but those winds are coming in from a southerly direction, and that's going to boost the temperature slightly. We're looking at highs this time for around 9 or 10 degrees. And then looking further ahead, we can see as we go into Monday, this system continues to push its way across the UK, bringing in some cloud and some outbreaks of rain. So overall, as we go through the next few days, Sunday is looking largely dry with rain arriving later into Monday, and it is going to be quite blustery at times. Have a lovely evening. Bye-bye. Hello again. Well, overall, it has been a fairly decent day for many of us. And the good news is this calm and quiet weather should continue as we go through the rest of the weekend. So largely dry across the region with some bright or sunny spells. But it's going to be feeling a little bit breezy out there throughout tomorrow. So this is the bigger picture. We've got low pressure that's been driving in rain and strong winds across northern and western parts throughout today. And that will continue. But for us, it doesn't look like the rain will reach our part of the world, but it will be quite windy at times. You can see the squeeze and the isobars, but as I say, some fairly decent weather to come. Now, in the meantime, for the rest of tonight, well, if you are heading out, it's dry out there. We've got some clear skies around at first, so we are going to see a bit more cloud as we edge overnight, and that will help prevent those temperatures from falling too cold. They should be staying above 5 degrees, so many areas at least will be frost-free. So Sunday morning, perhaps a bit of a grey start for some first thing. And there's always the chance we might just see the odd very light shower. But it looks like for us, it's going to stay dry as we go through daylight hours, some bright or sunny spells. But as I say, it will be quite breezy, especially as we move through the afternoon. But those winds are coming up from a southerly direction, so temperatures slightly higher than today. We're expecting there up to around 9 or 10 degrees. And then looking further ahead, well, little change really. You can see this system continues to push its way across the UK. It might just push a little bit of rain towards us later on Monday and into Tuesday, but for many areas actually still a good deal of dry weather in the forecast. Our temperatures remain fairly mild by day and staying pretty mild at night too. Bye-bye. Hello again. Well, overall, the weather has been fairly decent for many of us throughout today. And the good news is it is staying calm and quiet as we go through the rest of the weekend. So mostly dry for our region with some bright or sunny spells, but it is going to turn a little bit breezier for many. So as I say, lots going on across the UK. There's going to be quite a bit of rain for northern and western parts with some strong gusty winds here. But for us, although it will be breezy, it looks like this rain is going to stay away and we will be staying largely dry. Now, coming back to the rest of this evening and tonight, well, if you are heading out and about, dry with clear skies at first. Well, that cloud will start to increase a touch and the winds will strengthen slightly, which means not too cold tonight. That's going to help keep those temperatures above 5 degrees, so most of us should be frost-free. It does mean, though, still a bit of a nippy start to the day on Sunday morning with bits and pieces of cloud around, and we might just see the odd very light shower. But for most of us, it will be a dry day, bright or sunny spells at times, and you can see those winds continue to strengthen. They are moving up from a southerly direction though, so temperatures slightly higher than today. We're expecting there to around 9 or 10 degrees. And then looking further ahead, we can see we've got that low pressure still close by, and it is going to bring further spells of rain at times. This system here slowly tracking its way eastwards. It looks like it might just bring a bit of rain to us by the time we get to Tuesday, but for most of us, still a good deal of dry weather in the forecast. So overall, fairly quiet as we go through the next couple of days. The winds, though, will be quite brisk at times, but temperatures still above average for the time of year.